Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this session. We are continuing with chapter 2 about biological classification of living organism. Our today's topic are, first of all, we'll discuss about kingdom Plantae. Though I will give you the description only in very few words because in detail this chapter is a separate chapter. Even kingdom Animalia is also a separate chapter next to next. Only let us see the few of the characteristic features. Kingdom Plantae, it will include all the eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organism, so we call them plants. A few members are partially heterotrophic such as insectivorous plants, or some are parasites like Cuscuta. Insectivorous plants are bladderwort, Venus flytrap, etc. Even Nepenthes. Then the plant cells, they have the cell wall. It is one of the main feature, and this cell wall is made up of cellulose. So in kingdom Plantae, separate groups we will make, and it will include algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperm. All about them we will learn in next chapter. Then will come kingdom Animalia. Here it includes heterotrophic eukaryotic organism. All of them, they are multicellular, but special feature is they lack cell wall. That means cell wall is absent. They are directly or indirectly dependent upon plant or their products. That's why they are heterotrophic. Then they digest their food in an internal cavity known as enteron and store food reserve as glycogen or oil droplets or fat. Their mode of nutrition is holozoic, by ingestion of food. Holozoic mode of nutrition you have learned earlier in reference with amoeba in your 10th standard. So you must be recalling it. Then higher forms, they show elaborate sensory and neuromotor mechanism. So all the features we are going to see in the detail in next to next chapter, chapter number 4. Now we will discuss about viruses, viroids and lichens. Firstly, we will discuss about virus. Though Whitaker has not defined these virus, viroids and lichens anywhere else, but still they exist, and we all know that coronavirus is nowadays very common. But generally we feel common cold, flu, we are infected by viruses in seasonal changes. So what are viruses? What are the features? Let us see. The viruses, they are non-cellular organisms which are characterized by having an inert crystalline structure just outside the living cell. So actually they are non-living. But as soon as they enter into any of the living host cell, they start replicating. That means they are converted into living organism. So actually we call them living or non-living. There is a question mark. But actually they are inert, and as soon as they enter into the host cell, they are converted into living forms. So actually they are obligatory parasites. Compulsorily they are parasites. So let us see the meaning of virus. Virus means venom or poisonous fluid, and it was given by Pasteur. Then another scientist, Ivanovsky, recognized certain microbes as casual organisms of mosaic disease in tobacco. So they were found to be very smaller than bacteria because they passed through bacteria proof filters. So their size is smaller than bacteria. Then another scientist, Bijernik, they demonstrated that extract of infected plants of tobacco could cause infection in healthy plants also. Then next scientist Stanley showed that virus could be crystallized, and crystal contains large number of proteins. So actually they are inert outside their specific host cell. Whenever they enter, they become active. So viruses are obligatory parasites, as I have said to you earlier. So make a list of different scientists and their contribution regarding virus. Now let us see some more detail about viruses. In addition to proteins, they also contain genetic material either in the form of RNA or DNA. No virus contains both RNA or DNA, they are nucleic proteins as you all know. So their genetic material is very infectious. The viruses, they infect plant, animal or any of the organism. If they infect plants, they have a single stranded RNA. But infections in animals, they show either single or double stranded RNA. Even double stranded DNA can also be found. Now, certain bacterial viruses also exist. They are known as bacteriophages. So, they can be defined as those type of viruses which infect bacteria are known as bacteriophages, and they usually have double stranded DNA virus. Even the protein coat called capsid, which is made up of very small subunits known as capsomers. So, two terms, capsid and capsomers, you have to remember it. So, this capsid layer, it protects the nucleic acid, that means its genetic material. Now, certain viruses, they cause diseases like mumps, smallpox, herpes and influenza. Even AIDS, we all know it is also caused by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. So, this is also one type of virus. If we talk about plants, the symptoms can be mosaic formation, leaf rolling, curling of leaves, yellowing and vein clearing, dwarfing and stunted growth. So, these are some of the symptoms which are seen when the plants, they are infected by viruses. Show the diagram related to viruses. There are different type of virus. Here A diagram, it shows tobacco mosaic virus and B diagram shows bacteriophage. Now this A diagram, tobacco mosaic virus, this virus, as you can see, it has the RNA in the centralmost region. It is one of the nucleic acid. So this red colored chain, this chain, it is showing this is the RNA, its genetic material, and these green color structure which you are able to see, that is capsid. Each of the unit, that is known as capsomer. So capsid is a layer, protective layer, which is made up of so many different, many number of capsomers. Okay, this is one of the capsomer which I have shown. In bacteriophage, the uppermost portion is head region, then this is the neck or collar, we call it more properly. This collar region, after it is extended, it is covered by a sheath, and lastly in the lowermost portion, tail fibers, they are present. So they can be comparable to leg. Now what is a bacteriophage, that I have explained you. We all know that those type of viruses which infect the bacteria, they are bacteriophage. So in this way you can see the diagrams, and this diagram particularly, the B1 means the B diagram, that is important to draw. It is more easier, though these both these diagrams, they are to be remembered, their labelings should be remembered. So only the bacteriophage diagram is compulsory to draw in your classwork. A diagram is not compulsory, only you have to identify it. Okay. The last part of chapter, it includes viroids as well as lichens. First, let us discuss about viroids. In 1971, the scientist named Diener discovered that new infectious agent that was smaller than viruses. So these structures, they are having the structure smaller than viruses. Even they cause a potato spindle tuber disease. And even it was found that only a free RNA is there. It also lacked protein coat. The protein coat which was known as capsid. Earlier I have explained you in the structure of virus. Here in viroids, the capsid or protein coat was totally absent. Hence, the separate name was given. Then even the RNA of the viroid was having very low molecular weight. So this is a very small topic, just to remember it. Another one is lichens. Lichens are special organisms, and they are the combination of algae and fungi. In fungi topic also we have learned it. So it is a symbiotic association between algae and fungi. What is symbiotic association? Let us discuss. Actually here two organisms, they benefit each other just like best friends. So here algae and fungi are best friends. How they are best friend? Here the algal component, which is known as phycobiont, and fungal component mycobiont, they help each other. The phycobiont, it is autotrophic, it prepare food for both, and mycobiont is heterotrophic. Actually it is dependent upon the phycobiont, but it helps to absorb mineral nutrients and water for algal algal portion. So actually both will help each other. So lichens are also very good pollution indicators because they do not grow in a polluted areas. So we can find out that wherever lichens are present, that means the environment is pollution free. Okay, some more few questions they are given regarding today's topics. So question 5, 9 and 11 you are supposed to write in your classwork. So all these questions, complete them in time, and with this we end our chapter here only. Do revise all the 3-4 parts regarding this chapter. Each and every term is important, all the underlined part, that is important to write in your classwork. So next we will start with the next chapter, that is classification regarding plant kingdom. Okay, till then, goodbye students.